So, if you guys work with React and you are into design and you're also a developer, I wanted to show you guys a few libraries, more specifically 5 UI libraries that are pretty much going to blow your head off. And the last one is not really a UI library, it is, well, it's just something that I'll show you guys in the end, but it is super useful when it comes to working with Tailwind and building animations with Tailwind. So yeah, stick around for that. And the first UI library that I wanted to show you guys is called React Bits. Now, I will say that I'm not sponsored by any of these libraries. They're just libraries that I use and that I really like. And the first one is React Bits. You can learn all about it on the docs, but I just want to show you their components because they're absolutely amazing. Okay, I love React Bits. It is just so clean. It's just amazing. All right, it has got all the little animation and all the little components that you would expect on any modern website that you build with React or Next.js. You've got text animations like split text. You've got circular text. So as you can see, you can already start to be very creative when it comes to building websites or building web applications with these kind of UI libraries. You have also got animations for content. You have got pixel transitions. You've got the glare hover. I mean, this is crazy good for like any type of car, for example. And you have also got components. I really like, which one was it? Was it the bubble menu? I think it was. Yeah, I really like this bubble menu. I think it's super cool. I also like the nav bar that they got, the spill nav. I really like it. I just think it's extremely clean and you can just literally insert it in your project without any effort whatsoever. This is built, if I'm not mistaken, I believe it's built on top of ShadCN, if I'm not mistaken. And let me check that out actually. But let me see the installation and let's do a CLI. And yeah, it's built on top of ShadCN. So if you are working with Next.js, you probably won't have to install ShadCN because I believe it comes pre-installed with it. But if you're not, you might have to install ShadCN and then use or install the React Bits library. But it is absolutely fantastic. I have used some of these components in my own projects and it is great. You even have a dock, like an Apple Mac. Like, how cool is that? And yeah, that is React Bits for you. I wanted to show you also pre-built UI, which is a massive library of more than 300 free Tailwind CSS components and professional templates. Now, this is key if you want to save time in development. Now, if you use Tailwind CSS and you don't feel like, installing one of these libraries that I share with you here, and you just want to grab some ready to go Tailwind UI components, then you can definitely come here. You can come to the components tab and you have got a lot of things that you can actually go through. Let's actually have a look at the buttons, for example. But yeah, you've got all these modern style buttons and you can actually view the code. You can view the code in HTML, React, and Vue, and you can literally just copy and paste them. Okay, there is no second guessing about this. You can just come here, get the code because it is actually all built. If you see this, it's built with Tailwind CSS. All of these classes are Tailwind, all of these classes are Tailwind. So you don't need to even install any kind of third-party package. You can just come here, copy the code, adapt it to your project, and you're good to go, all right? And like I say, they've got lots of things from buttons to checkboxes, drop-down menus, which are extremely useful. And sometimes they can actually be a little bit of a pain to actually code, especially when you've got a lot of them in your app. You got even hero sections, or you even got this image gallery, which is super cool. You've got all this content, all of this components that you can use inside of your application, and they don't require anything from you. You just need to come here and copy paste the goddamn code, right? It is so easy. It is crazy. So let's go with the next one, which is Magic UI. This is also very clean. And it's a collection of more than 150 free and open source animated components with React, TypeScript, Tailwind, CSS, and Frame Emotion. So again, extremely easy to use. I do believe that you have to install this one, but let's actually check the components out. They've got components and they've got templates. Now, for the templates, you actually have to pay because they've got a pro subscription with these templates. You can pay, I think, $49, or you can get unlimited access. I think they've got a subscription to Magic UI Pro, which if it loads, and there you go, it's taking me to Stripe. It's $199. All right. So I mean, if you're someone that creates all this type of interfaces very often, then it might be worth it. To me, I'm just gonna close this window again and let me reopen this. I'm going to show you guys some components. I really like that they've got some AI stuff as well, although, these are the templates. I really like that they've got it all segmented out into very easy components, and they've got very modern style components. This is what you would expect to see on any type of modern website, okay, or any type of landing page for any sort of web application. You even got a terminal, you even got a dock as well, like we saw earlier. And this is extremely cool. You've also got some text animations like we saw. You've got mockups, you've got buttons, you've got backgrounds, which is super cool if you want to build any type of background to add some depth to your application. You can just get a retro grid, a ripple, a dot pattern. And again, this is extremely easy to use. You just need to come here and install it. Okay, this is also built on top of ChatCN, and yeah, it's just extremely easy to use. All right. Now let's go with the fourth one, which is Coconut UI. Now I didn't know this existed, and it is pretty cool. It is also super clean. All right, it is super clean. It's got a lot of free components. I think it's got 100+ components. If we go back here, yeah, more than 100 beautiful modern UI components, built also with Tailwind CSS, ChatCN, and Motion. So let's actually go through some of these components. I mean, for example, we've got some slide text button, which is super cool. We've got some liquid glass, which is Apple's new design. We've got some beam backgrounds. We have got some mouse effect card. I mean, it is extremely cool. We've got a lot of components. We even got AI components. If you're building an application that, has got AI in it, you've got this input selector, which is very common when it comes to like Claude or, all these apps like Lovable or V0. They all got this kind of component. Is input search, which looks a lot like Claude's input search or ChatGPT input search. You even got the AI voice if you're building for example, an app that gets your voice and then it automatically transcribes your voice into text. You have also got text effect, which is extremely cool. You have got buttons. You've got the V0 button, a magnet button, and yeah, you just got all sorts of stuff that you can use inside of your project. Now let's have a look at the installation. And with MPX, yeah, it's also built on top of ChatCN, so you might have to install ChatCN, but that is no big issue. And let's actually look at the last one, which is not exactly a UI library. It is, well, we're going to see it now, but it is Tailwind Animations, and it is essentially a library, but instead of a UI library, it's a UI for Tailwind Animations. Now, you don't need any configuration for this. It is literally extremely easy to use, and I'm going to show you to you guys. So if you want to build interactive websites or web applications, this will help you a ton. Now, animations on Tailwind and on CSS, quite frankly, they can be a pain because you have to write a lot of lines of code just to do a very simple animation. But this takes all of that weight off of your shoulders. So you literally install it with npm install Tailwind Animations, and you import it into your CSS file, typically in your app CSS file, because then that will cascade down to the rest of the files in your application. And you have got so many animations that you can literally plug into your application with the click of a button. You can add any class to your components, and they literally behave like Tailwind classes, but they're jumbled up into just one single class, so you don't have to go and use the animate class and the easy now and all this stuff. You can literally plug in Tailwind and Tailwind animations in your project. You can come in, copy this animated or animate blurred fade in class, put it in the component that you, or in the item that you want to animate, and that's it. It's as simple as that. And you've got tons of animations. All right, we've got fade in, blur, fade, rotate. I mean, you've got tons and tons of animations that you could use. And I'm actually going to stop this because it's giving me some kind of aneurysm, to be honest. And yeah, it just basically have a lot of animations that you can use, and they're so easy. Like I said, it's just plug and play. All right, and apart from all this kind of animations that you can use with items, you also got scroll animations. And literally with three classes that you can plug into any component inside of your app, you can create beautiful scroll animations. All right, and it is so goddamn easy to use that it is actually ridiculous, right? So you got the scrolling animation, the entry animations, the exit animations. This is staggered as well. It is so cool, and I would highly encourage you to just come through it and just have a look at it, because it's really, really easy to use. Like I said, you literally install Tailwind animations, import it in your main CSS file. Also, you need to be using Tailwind CSS inside of your project. But apart from that, it is super, super easy to use. All right. So that is it, guys. Also, I will leave this resource down below, just linked in the video description, so you don't forget any library that I have shared with you today. And feel free to download the resource. Feel free to, you know, make a copy and keep it in your computer, in your laptop, your PC, your machine, whatever. And yeah, if you like to, just make sure you click like, subscribe to the channel, and if you like to, just make sure you stick around, because there will be more videos like this. So anyway, have an awesome day. See you on the next one.